Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. So this is going to be something of a secondary series, really. I've always been moaning about the fact that I wanted to do another play by email, and the viewer Major Problem 42, some of you would know him from the Imperial Japanese chat, one of the actual veterans. He is definitely a great player, and he has said, well, would you like to go ahead and play the Battle of the Marianas actual scenario? And I've said yes, so here we are. We will be playing as the invincible United States Navy and Army, so this is going to be rather amusing, really. He shall, of course, be playing as the Japanese Empire. So, who we've got in the chat here? We've got Swordfish, as per usual. The, I don't know, I mean, if Swordfish can be classified as a disease, then yeah, it's a pretty evident one. Hello there, Horizon Joshua. I saw something there about a big boy blowing its whistle for the first time in 60 years. Honestly, I realised it was about trains, but at first I was a little bit worried, not gonna lie. Hello there, Battling Geezer, Horizon. Who else we got here? Joanna, those are indeed not your eggs. Freaking love that film. So there, G-Man, how you doing? Have I missed nobody? Harkon, there we go. Yeah, how you doing? I was thinking, wait a minute, I missed somebody here. Okay, so let's get right on into this then, shall we? There we go. Strong password as per usual. So it's going to be rather interesting, actually. I did have a quick look at the actual scenario itself, just to take a look at things. So, yeah, here we go. Hello there, Michael Carrington. How you doing there, my friend? So, the Battle of the Marianas. Operation Forager, I do believe. May 22nd, 1944. So, we do begin here, then, obviously, around the Marianas. We do obviously have a couple of submarines over here, which is going to be quite nice. So, what do we actually have here? Right, so this is the Gato class, or the Gato class. I'm looking forward to using these bad boys. These are going to be some pretty damn effective submarines, really. The opponent here is Major Problem 42. You can find him on the Discord. Really knowledgeable fellow when it actually comes to One Pacific. Definitely knows this stuff. Hello there, Joshua. How you doing there, my friend? Welcome to the stream. Might be one of the first times I've actually seen you here. So welcome, welcome. Okay, so I think what we're going to do then is start off by taking a look at the order of battle, but what we're going to do here then is look at the unrestricted, I suppose. I mean, we could probably go with other things, but I find unrestricted just is easier. So we're going to sort by target, so obviously everything that's a target we're going to ignore for the time being. Okay, so we have units obviously targeted towards Guam. So the 4th Marine, the 22nd Marine, the 305th RCT, the 2nd United States Marine Corps Tank Battalion. Let's have a look at that, that's going to be quite cool. Yep, 53 M4 Shermans, 6 close support Shermans, so I'm going to assume the 105 Shermans, 17 M3 Stuart light tanks, 81mm mortars, I'm going to assume this is like a mortar carriage perhaps, M4 81mm medium mortar carriage perhaps, or mobile mortar carriage, I don't know what you'd want to call that, but probably mortar carriage, or I could be wrong there. But this is cool, it'd be nice to check out the US table of equipment really. Okay. Yep, Amphibious Tractor Battalion. That's pretty awesome. Yep, okay, so these guys are going to be really handy. And now, of course, these guys, they're not really combat troops. Well, we don't want to be using them as combat troops, but they are indeed second-line troops. They're basically engineers, but they give us the naval support there. Which is going to be fantastic, as once we do actually have them on the beaches of Guam, let's say, this is going to actually enable us to unload troops and material much sooner, much quicker, which is going to be very good. Also gives us just additional benefits there. Indeed, flamethrower tanks are pretty damn awesome, aren't they? Okay, Pililu. Rotor over here, Saipan, plenty of units for Saipan. Tinian as well then. Okay. So what we're going to do here then is, first of all, we are going to have to figure out where these units are. It seems that the vast majority of them are at Pearl Harbor already, which is good, makes it easier on our part. We do have some forces over at Tarawa, but obviously these guys don't look to be combat troops, this is just a base force. So that's fine then, that works out quite easy. Guam, Plilu. Yeah, that's a tractor, amphibious tractor, okay. Is this the scenario you have streamed for Slytherin as the Japanese side? Yes, indeed it is. So obviously we will be seeing a combined fleet in about, I think it's about 10 to 20 days, really. So we do have to marshal our forces. We do have to reach the Marianas. And it's going to be rather intriguing. We're not going to have too long before we have to really consider the fact that Combined Fleet is going to be steaming here. So that means we are going to be seeing the might of Yamato. Ideally, we never have to face her in actual combat. But speaking of which, mighty battleships, what do we have ourselves? Okay, so plenty of carriers here. As we have quite a few fleet carriers, we have some light carriers very handy. Enterprise, Essex, Bunker Hill, Yorktown, Hornet, Lexington, and Wasp. Princeton, Belleau Wood, Coppens, Monterey, Cabot, Langley, Bataan, and San Jacinto. Very nice. Plenty of escort carriers as well. These are very, very handy. These will be really good. Hello there, Carl. How you doing, my friend? Yeah, so what I'm doing here is actually streaming the first part of a second play-by-email series I'm doing with Major Problem 42. Okay. These guys are pretty slow, but that doesn't matter too much. We can use them alongside the battleships for the most part. Speaking of which, the battleship, yeah, Pennsylvania, California, Idaho, New Mexico, these are obviously quite old at this point here. But they're going to be handy. Obviously, these guys are big guns, and they're going to be quite good. They're obviously equipped with a radar here, which is very good. They do have an impressive amount of AA. I mean, the USA does have some incredibly effective AA, so that is very nice. They do have a very strong armor belt as well. Very good, very good. Only 14-inch guns, but that's fine. We can use them as invasion support, to be honest. Indeed, intro a bit of infantry. Okay, so let's take a look at these then. So we have the North Carolina. Yep, these are the modern battleships. So we have North Carolina, Washington, South Dakota class, Indiana, the Indiana class, Alabama, Indiana, Iowa, of course, the Iowa namesake, New Jersey, her own namesake, and Pennsylvania. Ah, so we've gone over those ones. Fantastic. Yeah, merge into a Doom fleet. I mean, what I'm going to be doing here, then, is... Let's take a look at this, then. It's going to go by speed, really. So, Iowa and New Jersey, then. These are pretty damn effective, pretty formidable. Nothing to say there's anything wrong with the North Carolina over South Dakota. These are pretty dangerous as well. They're all goddamn dangerous, I'm not going to lie. 16-inch guns. Cannot argue with that. The New Jersey, 16-inch guns as well. The North Carolina, 16-inch guns. The South Dakota, 16-inch guns. Yep. That's nice. Yeah, look at that AA. It's incredible, isn't it? Absolutely remarkable. I mean, the South Dakota there, 1660. The North Carolina, 1570. So they're all pretty damn effective. Hello there, Talon. How are you doing there, my friend? Good evening to you as well. Okay, so plenty of cruisers. We actually do have light AA cruisers over here as well, which is going to be quite nice. San Diego, so 720 there. San Juan, 690. Auckland, and Reno. Very good. Indianapolis, I mean, these are very good. So we have the Portland class of heavy cruiser. I mean, these guys are no slouches either. Okay. Plenty of destroyers. What class of destroyer are we using here? Right, so we have the Fletcher. And the Fletchers, for example, they have some pretty remarkable AA as well. Obviously, it depends on the type of Fletcher. Let's sort by endurance here. Right, so we do have the Bagley. That is a very fast destroyer. Well, it's a fast destroyer with really impressive endurance as well, which is quite handy. Yeah, definitely. I know, right? Yeah, it is indeed scary to think that one day we'll be facing all of this, but hey, we'll be able to get there. We'll hold our own. We'll hold our own. Destroyer escorts. APDs, these guys are quite handy actually. Dickerson, yeah. These would be very handy. And troop transports. Okay. Righto. See, I do have a document here. Whereabouts is it? Yep, there we go, copy of ship types. This is going to become very useful here in this actual scenario, as I can imagine. So we just saw the APAs there, so let's go ahead and try and find out what an APA is. So that is an attack transport. A transport ship designed, well, specially modified to land troops and equipment during amphibious landings, and carries a large number of landing craft and can unload at an accelerated rate during amphibious operations. Right, well that's good to know there. Very good to know. So plenty of attack transports there. Okay, oilers are going to be very handy. Of course, we are going to have to do the logistics of this operation. A great deal of submarines over there. Yep, mines. Patrol warships. Yeah, here we go. So we've got the LSD, the Gunston Hall. So this is a landing ship dock. Very good. I believe he's unloaded at a rate of like 3,000? Something of that nature. So very fast at unloading. These guys are really handy for using armoured vehicles. Yep, LSTs. Very good. Very good. So, landing ship tank, yep. So, these guys are going to be exceptionally good at landing just heavy equipment. Landing craft infantry. Yep, landing craft infantry gun. So, basically what these are is they don't actually carry troops into battle. They don't carry the troops into the amphibious operations. But their use is that basically during the amphibious operation, so as you can imagine we're hitting the beaches, they do bring the 3-inch Mark 10 gun, they bring obviously a little bit of AA, and they also importantly have the rockets. And so they will deploy 120 4.5-inch rockets onto the actual beachhead. Which is, yeah, that's a pretty impressive amount of rockets, and yeah, we have quite a few of those. These are awesome. Really looking forward to using them. Okay, so we have a pretty impressive ground and naval force. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have in the air then, shall we? So we'll take a look at the land-based air power then. So let's take a look at the actual fighters. Okay, so we have a mixture here of P-4072s, P-40K Warhawks, P-39N1 Aerocobras. So obviously these are the guys with the, is it the 20 or is it the 39? It's a big old cannon, isn't it? Ah, there we go, the 37mm cannon. Very nice. Love the Aerocobra. It's just a sexy as hell aircraft. Yep, so Aerocobras, we have the Hellcat Corsairs. But yeah, the P-47s are going to be the big boys here for the most part. Very effective. If we take a look at this then, so the 8 50 cal Brownings, 24 gun value, hugely effective, very durable aircraft. Their speed is definitely enough to be laughed at. They do have pretty damn good operational ranges here. So their maximum range here is 15, extended range 6, normal radius is about 5, so we'll be flying them at 5 hexes. They're not very maneuverable, but you don't need to be when you're basically flying a tank. Again, let's take a look at the P-40Ks. Right, so again, not particularly maneuverable, and they do have durability, they do have armor, but these guys, yeah, they're alright. Not bad, aren't they? Okay, not a huge amount of Hellcats here for the actual land-based forces. These guys are carrier-trained and capable, based over here at Majuro. So this is good. So we actually do have some carrier-capable aircraft that we could actually have really pushed on board some of the escort carriers, or just something of that nature, really. Just really try and increase the amount of actual effective fighters that we do have. We are going to be dealing with a lot of A6M5s, we're going to probably be dealing with some other A6M2s, maybe some other models of the aircraft as well, other fighters perhaps. Not to mention the Judy dive bombers, torpedo bombers. There's going to be quite a lot. There is going to be a fair amount of Japanese opposition here. But if I can remember correctly, I think the Japanese at this battle lost something like 500 aircraft, which was insane. Hello there, Res. No, this is a completely different series. I'm actually playing this against Major Problem 42. So it's going to be a bit of fun. I'm playing as the Allied Forces, and we are playing in the Battle of the Marianas scenario here. Okay. Fighter bombers, nothing. Night fighters, we have the P-78 Havocs. These guys are cool. I remember flying these in War Thunder, actually, they're pretty cool. These look so futuristic, so crazy looking, it's unreal. But yeah, you do not want to mess with this. It's got 450 cals, it's got 420mm Hispano cannons. Very dangerous. Equipped with radar. Very fast and very dangerous. Indeed, it is 1944, May 22nd. Right, Hellcats and Corsairs. And I was like, yep, we got enough pilots. Right, so the SPD-5s. And some SPD-3s. So we are carrying the 1,000-pound bombs. I mean, these things are just fantastic. They're armoured, they're really quite durable, and they carry a 1,000-pound bomb. What's there to dislike about that? It seems we are equipped here with radar as well. Yeah, super awesome. Okay. Now, the question is going to be, what do we have here in terms of the bomber inventory? So we have some PB4Y1 Liberators. Very good. Yep, 5,000 pounds of bombs there. Radar, durable as hell, and armoured. Really nice range there, 17 hexes, not too bad. Are you ever going to play War Thunder in this channel? I mean, if you guys wanted to play some War Thunder together, we could probably do something like that. I do have an account. I like the ground forces. I'm not a massive... Well, I don't know. I think it's one of those things with War Thunder where you could have played with somebody else, haven't you? To really just not go mad, really. Right. B-24J Liberators. Range is 16 hexes. We could obviously push them to the extended range, but that would reduce our load to 500 pound bombs, so I see 2,500. So it reduces their payload by half, but obviously we do get that extended range. So that's always a handy thing. Okay, so we do not have B-29s as of yet. Medium bombers, the PV-1 Venturas. Their range is 10. Bomb load ain't bad. Yeah, 6 times 500 pound bomb, so not bad at all, really. What is that, about 3,000? B-25 Mitchells. Very good. Quite a few models of Mitchell there. yeah, that was awkward. That was a bit of an awkward time. I didn't even realise I was still streaming that day, so that was rather fun. Yeah, I kind of miss playing the Black Prince. I like that tank. Right. So these are attack bombers. See, I'm not entirely particularly sure the hell attack bombers are. I honestly do not know what an attack bomber really is. Reconnaissance aircraft. Okay. Yeah, we are going to go through the vast majority of things here just so we can get an idea of what we have in inventory and just figure it out. Yeah, I mean, this is it. The grind kind of sucks. Right, plenty of PBYs. There we go. So go ahead and check out the actual naval planes, the naval arm. Okay. So as you can imagine, a whole hell of a lot of Hellcats. These Hellcats do not... Yeah, these guys do not play lightly. They're damn dangerous. Attack bombers have a 75mm cannon. Oh wow, that's pretty awesome. Okay, so yeah, I suppose they're used against ground forces, really. Oh god, what was that? Jesus. That does not sound good. That'd be kind of awkward. Right then. So, for the sake of moving things on then, we'll take a look at what we have available then. Realize I spent 17 minutes talking about just basically what we have. Let's actually get going then, shall we? Now, of course, the issue is going to be, like, how do we actually deploy our forces? I think it might be the case that we take a look at the actual slow battleships here first and foremost. So we'll take a look at Amphibious then, and I'll sort that by the battleships first and foremost. Now, we do have 3 targets. So that's going to be Saipan, Peleliu, Guam, and, well, sorry, 4 targets, and Tinian. Though Peleliu is going to be, I'm assuming I'm pronouncing that correctly, so don't be surprised if I'm not. So let's take a look at the objectives over here then. So Peleliu is obviously quite a bit further out. So the main targets is going to be obviously Guam, Tinian, and Saipan. Now, jungle. So this is going to be hell. Yep, all jungle here. This is going to be absolute hell. It is deep ocean all the way around the Marianas, so it's not going to be fun, as obviously this is going to be a submarine's paradise. God, that counts as rough terrain. That'd be even... that'd be hell. Actually, I don't think I can... Yeah, I can't see that one in this scenario. Yep, that is pretty bad. Okay, so I think first and foremost what we need to do here then is we'll get our submarine arm into action. So start giving them orders. Now, let's take a look. It seems plenty of them do have orders to actually head towards Saipan. Saipan, Tinian. Saipan over here. Let's see. What I'm going to do here then is, we do have plenty of submarines, so I'm going to make sure we use them. So what I'm going to do here then is, if I can cancel this destination, set a patrol zone of here. I'm going to patrol around Peleliu and Babel. Sort of like that. I want to try and prevent the enemy from actually... Well, I want to try and prevent Major from moving forces in and out of here untouched, really. Right. Direct, normal threat threshold, don't be doing anything silly. Yep, there we go. It's going to take some time, but we'll have it sorted. What I'm going to do here then is put the patrol patterns on. We really want to try and control his movement around here. There we go. I do like a bit of COD, actually. Right, clear that destination. It's going to be really nice actually using this really, like, late war allied equipment, to be honest. Some nice stuff there. So I'll leave about 3 submarines around this area. What I may do here then, it depends really if we have anything on station. I'm going to check that these guys are not set to retirement allowed, just in case. On station, yeah, they're on patrol zones, so they're not going to be moving. Now, I don't actually have any submarines too close by. Jesus, I don't even know what sort of currency that is, Harkon, but I really do appreciate it, man. It's not much, but I really appreciate you playing this game. Makes it possible for people to enjoy an experience who don't have time to play. Oh, man, that's really awesome. Thank you so very much there for the donation. Is it like Norwegian? I actually don't know what that is. Is it, I don't know what NOK is, but thank you so very much there, mate. I do appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, this is it. It's like, it's one of these things, isn't it, really? I suppose One of the Pacific really has very much become my channel, and you know what, I really love that. I really do love this game. It's just so... I don't know what it is. It's just so incredible, isn't it? It's just having so much in the way of depth, having so much in the way of control. That's what I love about this. And I'm glad that you guys love that as well, because you know what makes this all worthwhile is getting to talk to you guys. Mate, you could give me a penny and I'd still be thankful. It all is like, it is really appreciated. I'm not kidding when I say that. It's like these funds, they go towards like buying new books. It's like, on Norwegian Crown, okay. Yeah, so it's like on my windowsill here, so I've got quite a few now. I'm trying to like build up my collection, actually. It's like at the moment I'm still reading Warplan Orange. I'm very much looking forward to actually finishing Warplan Orange, and then I can move on to... I don't know, it's hard to decide, actually. I'm not entirely sure what I want to read next. It's either going to be potentially Hell to Pay by Gian Greco. It could be Naval Policy Between the Wars. Obviously, that's a 2-volume set. Ah, man, it's going to be hard. It's like I'm kind of tempted to read maybe like Shattered Sword, which is about Kiributai, actually. I have no idea how to play this game, but I keep lurking because I like your voice. Thank you very much there, Murtic. No, we'll be able to learn this together, my friend. We'll be able to learn this together. Okay, let's take a look at the actual terrain around Trek. Now, Truck's going to be an interesting one, because I don't think he has a huge amount available here. But I'm going to patrol around Truck anyway, just because I don't want him to actually try and sneak anything out here. So let's take a look over there. Yeah, there's a little bit of shallow ocean here, which is actually really interesting that there's a little bit of shallow ocean in this immensity. And again, there are... that's interesting. I've never actually noticed that. There is some shallow ocean around the Caroline Islands. I suppose there are some islands here, actually. Do you read or collect digital books like ebooks, PDFs? See, this is it. It's like I've had people give me access to like lots of PDFs, and it's like I'll flick through them, but I don't know what it is. I'd rather... I mean, I love audiobooks. It's like I used to work at a retail store. Well, a supermarket retail store, that sort of thing, like a few years ago. And even I used to manage a pub, I used to like listen to audiobooks while I was like doing stuff. And I love that. I always love that. But if I ever get the choice, it's like I'd love to have the actual physical book in front of me, to be honest. I just like that. Okay, so these guys are deploying around here. He's going to be more than likely running anti-submarine warfare on the islands here. So I think what we're going to do here then is patrol around, but not directly on. I don't know how much he's going to have there in terms of... ASW patrols, i.e. like search patrols. He's going to be running some sort of search anyhow. I can imagine that, without much of a doubt. So we'll have a close blockade of the islands, but I'm not going to look towards too much in the way of risk. I mean, speaking of collecting books, my god, you ought to see how many RPG books I've got at the moment. It's like, I know there's going to be people out there with like far, far more, but man, I'm happy with them. It's like, as I can see right in well, Eyeline, fucking hell, it's crazy. So I've got Forbidden Lands, Pathfinder. I do have Starfinder, but I lent that out to friends. I've got a special edition like bot set of D&D 5e. I can see Adeptus Titanicus. Yeah, I've got to my right, I've got Dark Heresy 2nd Edition, Dark Heresy 1st Edition, Rogue Trader, Black Crusade. Jeez, I've got... it's kind of crazy, actually. Well, this is it. I dream of the day that I can finally convince actual people I know in real life to actually get off their arses and give 40k RPGs a try. Okay. That's my whinging done for the day. Right, Prima Kroka. We're going to separate this out and, yeah, double our coverage. And again, it's hard to say, like, how well... I mean, to be honest, I'm not going to lie, these... The Gato class, the Gato class, is just so goddamn good. I'm so jealous of the fact that the Americans have this sort of technology. Really, really jealous. Okay. See. It's going to be interesting, actually, as... I've been kind of thinking, like, how do we deal with the approach of Combined Fleet when it does arrive? He's obviously going to be steaming towards the Marianas. It could be potentially worthwhile to maybe take perhaps one of these bases out here to try and have something of a roadblock. I mean, Yap is a pretty good island there. Size-free airfield. Obviously, it's just going to be one of these things of it's probably not worthwhile. As, I don't know, we could potentially establish a base as we go, really. Yeah, USA. I do think the coolest submarines I've ever seen, though, would probably belong to the Soviet Union, you know, like the Typhoons and etc. They're pretty goddamn awesome. Oh yeah, I've listened to the first 2 Eisenhorn books. They're really cool, actually. I like that. Okay. No retirement allowed, please. Yeah, I did like the Eisenhorn books. See, what I love is, like, I think it's the second... Is it the first or second book for Eisenhorn? No, it's definitely the second book, yeah. I like it when they're out at the... Well, when he's actually at the military parade for the return in, like, Lord Commander. And then it's like, everything just goes to hell, and it's like, oh man, you got, like, Titans engaging aircraft in the streets of a city, and it's just, oh, it's all going to hell in a tin hat. Pretty awesome. Okay. So you're giving orders. You're ordered over there. Okay. But yeah, they're really good books. I do enjoy those. See, I've got... how far did I get into Horus Heresy? I think I got to about 20... I got to the 22nd book in Horus Heresy, actually. And I really loved those. I think... which were my favourites now? I really loved the Flight of the Byzantine. That was awesome. Really like that one. Like, Nathaniel Garrow is just such a dude, man. Just such a dude. I mean, geez, it's like, I really felt the heartstrings go when Nathaniel Garrow's like, you know, like he's a human servant. I can't remember the guy's name, unfortunately. But I think, God, I can't remember exactly, but I think he, like, saves his ship by, like, slamming the doors, the bulkhead shut with the virus bomb. And then you, like, see him later on as he comes back as a demonic possessed corpse, and then he has to kill him, but he's like, yeah, man, the feels were real, man. Yeah, the first book. I think, what is it, Dan Abnett? Something like that? Yeah, they were cool books. See, what's a book called? Is it The First Heretics or something? I can't remember which one it is now. But the one where... I can't remember the name of the book now. It might have been like a special one or something. But the one where basically the Emperor arrives on a world alongside Guilliman and the Ultramarines, and he forces like the Legion of Logar, the word bearers, to actually kneel. It's like, yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. Okay. Nah, I appreciate that, Harkon. That's really awesome, my dude. Nah, I really do appreciate any of these donations. It's just so awesome, my dudes. Really appreciate it. Okay, so how many submarines do we actually have? Is that about it for the submarines? We might have more. Right, we do have one over here. This one is looking like Tambor. Just actually named after it. Yes, the first heretic, that's it. I think it's the first heretic. It's awesome though, isn't it? It's like Argyle Tal. It's like basically they are sacrificed. That's pretty crazy. The Christ, what do you call it now? The one about the Dark Angels, Descent of Angels, I think it is. That's a really good one. Really enjoyed that. I think there's two of them actually. Right, Kwajalein Island over here under US jurisdiction, it seems. Then, weesh. I can imagine they've got a lot more aviation value than we ever do. Okay, let's take a look then. How I'd like to be down home. Quite a few over here actually, 4 submarines. Let's take a look then. Yeah, that's awesome, my dude. Right, we don't have the option to carry mines here, which is a shame. It would have been nice to put some Mark 12 mines down. We are using the dreaded Mark 14 torpedo, but it shouldn't be as unreliable as in the early part of the war here. No, it doesn't appear that I can actually use mines with some of these. That's a shame. I was hoping they could potentially use some mines, but that's fine. Okay. What I'm going to do here then is I'm going to have these 4 submarines actually make their way towards the Marianas. Initially, remain on station. They've got some fantastic endurance as well. Not quite the endurance of the I-20 series, that sort of like I-18, 19, 20, 22, 21, 22, 23, 24, I think it is. I can't remember exactly how many of that class of submarine that is. But they do have far greater endurance. But these guys have some pretty damn good endurance. It's more than they need, really. And obviously, with just having the ability to remain on station for so long, that's fantastic. Okay. Yeah, they're good now. They're actually deadly. Okay, what do I have over here at Naval Dock? As another 4 submarines over here at Naval Dock. Now, we are going to have to be really on the ball when it actually comes to our own submarine security. He's going to have Japanese submarines around here, and he's going to be prowling around. He's going to be looking to try and score some victories. So we do have to bear that in mind. Okay. So these guys are going to be dispatched as well towards the Marianas. The question might be, do we potentially have them around Iwo Jima? I think I might send something up towards Iwo Jima. It might be worthwhile to send a couple more to, like, the Babal area. Possibly just on the other side of the Marianas. Yeah, possibly around this area. We'll have them head over here to Alofi. Alofi? Around Japan, anyhow. Can't remember how you bloody pronounce these island names. You know what I mean. And this is basically the Japanese mainline of resistance here. So it's gonna be something of a tough fight. Right. Some more submarines down here at Tarawa. Okay. Are these the Gato class? Is it Gato or Gato? Hello, a minute. Apparently you can be converted. Gunboat. Hello. So that radar's upgraded. Okay, it looks like there's... Yeah, it looks like the radar is what changes here. Yes, the radar systems, as far as I can tell, that's changed over and upgraded. Yeah, so many amazing submarines as well. Right. Yeah. Basically the radar and sonar, etc. That's fine by me. Okay, so we do have a lot of options here when it comes to the actual submarines and just the amount of them. So that's going to be very nice. Any chance of ever playing Gravity Team Tactics? You know what? I've been looking at that game, and I know Agrippa rates it quite highly. I think I might give it another go. Possibly play a bit of time, like obviously unrecorded, and then sort of get used to the game. I remember it being really interesting. It's like I really liked the ability to like zoom out and see like sort of scale. That was always really cool. It's an interesting game. It's one that I need to give a bit more attention to, really. Kato. Oh, yeah, Kato. Something like that, anyhow. Another 16 submarines over here. We do have another 17 submarines over here in Hawaii. Let's take a look at what we actually do have then. I mean, we have so many submarines, it's unreal. And they're just exceptional. Right, Sargo class. What was the successor to the Kato class? Gato class. Something like that. Let's type it in, actually. I just wondered if this is like the predecessor of the successor to the actual Gato. Right, so it's preceded by the Mackerel and succeeded by the Ballo class. So what is the Sargo class? Right. The Sargo class submarines were among the first US submarines to be sent into action after the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Okay, so these guys are actually fairly old then, aren't they? Relatively old. Relatively old. Yeah, I know, right. Indeed, the Great Marianas Turkish Udvar, Sasha. Okay. But these guys are still handy. They have sufficient speed and endurance to make themselves useful. So what we're going to do here then is set these guys up, and to be honest, we're going to have a lot of submarines in the area. It's going to take us a couple of days to get them all into the area, but yeah, once they do arrive... Oh good, I can actually put them all into one task force, that's fantastic. Okay, 16 submarines into one task force there. That is a big old task force. So what we're going to do then is we're going to have this head out towards... we're going to have it... What do we have here at Enuatok? Shite loads of fuel and supply. Absolutely amazing. Right, so we're going to head over there to Enuatok. I'm going to take the submarine over here from Lahana, how the hell you say it? The Gar class. Okay. She can join up with the other submarines over there. Once they arrive in Enuatok, we can have them divided and sent to where they're needed, really. Yeah, there's a reason why Japan really didn't have much on the way of convoys after a certain point. Not that we really ever did. They were really poor when it came to like their submarine security. Sorry, their submarine warfare. Okay, Pollock. She can head over here to Enuatok as well, so it's about 18 submarines that are going to be in this area then. Okay, so I think that would be all of the actual US submarines that are given orders. Yep, they're all done. There's a lot of submarines there, but that is fantastic. It's going to give us a lot of flexibility there. Then we can attempt to try and soften up the Japanese before we even arrive. Okay. So this is the Minesweeper Robin. Yep. We found out how much of a pain in the arse these sorts of minesweepers can actually be. Okay, so we can convert it to an alien versus predator ship. Though I don't think I'd actually get the film credits for that one, to be honest. That's fine. We do have a little bit of ASW. They're not equipped with radar or sonar, so I don't think it'd be worthwhile. US subs did what Admiral Donitz could only dream of with his U-boats. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. See, it would have been really interesting had the Japanese actually had, been using German submarines. And the Germans did have superior submarines in the fact of, like, technology. I can't get into the nitty-gritty of, like, whether one was superior on certain aspects of whether the torpedoes or etc., that sort of thing. Obviously, the Japs had some very good torpedoes. But as far as it went for, like, sonar and just radar, the Germans were just out-and-out superior. Okay. So I think what we need to do first then is actually take a look at the forces that we are going to be carrying into battle. So we're going to assemble the forces of... Yeah, the forces that are going to be landing. So we'll have the Guam force here. Can you kamikaze strike in this? I think he might have the option for kamikaze, actually. I'm not entirely sure, you know. He might have the option for kamikaze. Something like that. Okay. Do I have a pen nearby? Right, I've got a bit of paper here. I've got a notebook somewhere. Shizer. God knows where I put that SOB. Okay. Right, what I'm going to do here then is just write down the load amount. Ah, bugger it actually. I can just put it into a actual... I'll put it into the calculator. I just need to figure out how much I'm going to need in terms of like troop load to actually transport these guys, and then I know how big to make the actual amphibious formations. Right. So the 4th Marine Regiment then. So I'm looking at 3443 there. So 3443, okay. So there's the 4th Marine Regiment. Amazing planning for Guam here. The 22nd Marine Regiment. So that's 3443. 3443, okay. Cargo is one that we don't have to worry about as much. Actually, does it tell me the load there? Load cost. I wish you could like separate it into troop and cargo though. Right, 2261. To be honest, I could probably just go by like total load cost, but I'd like to make sure that they are loaded into things that are going to be worthwhile. I don't want to like send out troop transports then if I don't need to. If I could do that task by troop, well, by cargo ship perhaps. The type 7s would have been that good range-wise. Yeah, I mean, this is it. Obviously, the German submarines didn't have that much in the way of range, as opposed to like the Japanese submarines that were ranging from like Japan to like the USA. Yeah. Well, this is it, isn't it? It's one of these things of where you're not searching the entire goddamn Pacific. You are looking around certain areas. Okay, 0 on that one. Obviously, it's going to be the cargo. 384 there. And I'm going to say another 384. Okay. We'll have to look at headquarters as well. So you're targeted there, Amphibious Corps Command. So that's 1800. Okay, so we're looking at about 11,715 there to get these units loaded. Okay. What I'm going to quickly do here then is if I can just take a picture. Just make it a bit easier then so I don't have to faff around figuring out which units it is that need to be where. Hello there, Ton. How you doing there, my friend? We are playing a different scenario here today. We are playing a different play by email. So, we've only just begun here. Well, I say that, 42 minutes in, but to be honest, that's only just starting here for the War in Pacific. And we're just taking a look at the forces that we're gonna, well, the amount of cargo capacity we're gonna need. And there's another submarine over here that actually was hiding. I can see you there, Fresher, you son of a bitch. Thought you could get away, did you? Right. Tell them to meet up with the force heading towards Eniwatok. Okay. So let's assemble a great armada. Okay. Amphibious. The IGN had pretty good idea. We've actually having planes on the subs now. Yeah, I mean, this is it. I mean, that was a really, really good innovation to actually have the float planes on the submarines. Really made a difference there. Yeah. I mean, this is it. Right, so look at all these. That's cool to know. Right then. So what is a DMS? I've been looking at U-boats. I mean, I'd like to take a look at that one. There's Wolfpack. I've got Wolfpack, but I've not actually played it yet. No. DMS. Ah. Oh, right. That's good then. DMS, Destroy Minesweeper then. Okay. I'm going to say these will come in handy, actually. Could definitely do with those. Minesweeper's actually going to be very handy, aren't they? That's something we'll have to bear in mind. But for now, they're not going to be as much use to me. Okay. APAs are the APA Yeah, those are the attack transports. So we're going to need those. Right, so I'm looking to have about 12,000 should be sufficient actually. Yeah, 12,000 be sufficient. Ah, fantastic. There we go. At least one of these other forces is going to have some pretty good APAs. These guys have a little bit more speed there. 19 knots is pretty impressive there. There's plenty of capacity. There's no worries about that. Okay. Now, cargo capacity is going to be something else. So what I'm going to do here then is turn off these guys. We'll turn off these guys as well. Turn off those. Landing craft and landing ships then. So Vampire Joe, how you doing, my friend? Okay, these are LSTs. Let's take a look then. LSTs. LCIs. Yep, a beaching craft specifically designed to land troops directly onto the shore. No, this type should be designated. Right, okay. Yeah. LSTs. Large, slow ship designed to beach and land tanks and other military equipment directly onto the shore. LCTs. LCIs. Yep, rockets. LCS. Cool. Ah, there we go. LST, LSV. Landing ship. Yeah, LSIL. Landing ship infantry large. Oh, so it's basically the APAs. That's fine. Hello there, Flint. How you doing there, my friend? Okay, so what we're going to do here then is we'll look to have maybe the LCVPs and the... yeah, because there's a large number of landing craft. It's really down to the LSTs or the LSDs. Okay. So we have a few LSTs here, but I'm going to be looking towards speed, perhaps. So these guys could potentially be taken afterwards. The Gunston Hall, yep, LSD there. To be honest, LCIGs, obviously these are the guns. Yeah, these are the rockets. Guns and rockets. These are just obviously the landing craft for the infantry. Okay. How many do I have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. See, this is going to be the issue. It's like I'm trying to figure out how we want to set this up. So what we need to do then is really have like the core amphibious force, and then what we can do is actually add on to it. Okay, where can I find the one control of the glorious forces of the Japanese Empire? He stepped out for the time being. I'm his evil twin brother. Okay. El Extiagio. Okay. So quite a few of these bad boys. These are going to be super handy. Not much in the way of endurance, but that's fine. A few LSTs over here as well, actually. They are fairly slow, though. But it would be good to actually have them... I mean, this is it. So, LST... Yeah, and other military equipment directly onto the shore, so we could do with actually having them there. Okay, well, what we're going to do here, then, just for the time being, then, is... We'll flesh this out as we go on. We'll get the basics, and then we can look at fleshing them out. I'm going to have some mine sweeping capabilities, that's for damn sure. It's going to be a very large task force, to be honest. Right, Minecraft. Destroy Minesweeper. The AMs are just Minesweepers, I do believe. So that's actually Australian. Yeah, just a Minesweeper. But they'll come in handy. Quite a few of these guys. So we're looking for about 16 knots. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 perhaps. As we can figure that one out as we go on. Okay. Yeah, landing craft, landing ships. Right. So we're 13,000 troop capacity there, cargo capacity. How many do we have here? 20 then. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They don't obviously carry huge amounts of troops. But obviously they get them there onto the shore. So the LCI, a beaching craft, yep. Okay. I'm going to say it's probably going to be required more so for like Saipan. I can imagine Saipan's going to be the big one. And we are setting up the Guam force here, so I'm going to leave more of the heavier support towards like the Saipan landing forces. 4.5 inch rockets. Yeah, they look to be about the same there. Looks like it's just different class. Okay. Right, but I'm going to put that one back in there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 7 there. Okay, that's good then. So we're going to have a fair amount of rocket support there available on the actual landings, which is going to be great. Okay. Oops. Guam landing force. There we go. So, I mean, you can see this is already 90,000 tons, and this doesn't even have any real warships in it. It has, obviously, minesweepers. But we're looking pretty good. I mean, we do have attack transports over here, and camouflage. LCIs. LCIGs. Yeah. I'm going to save the landing ship dock for the Saipan force. Okay. Oh, good, I can actually see where they're targeted. Well, that's awesome. Hello there, Keith. How you doing there, my friend? Good to see you. Right. So, the US Amphibious Corps. Yep, had these guys... Right back. They're already loaded on. Well, that's fine. Is it you heading to Guam? Do I actually have any other armor headed to Saipan then, for example? Let's take a look. Armor. Yeah, we do have armor intended for Saipan then. That's good to know. I was a little bit worried then. Yeah. Hello there, Infinite. How you doing there, my friend? So we are going to be playing against your nemesis here, Infinite. We are playing against Major Problem. It's going to be actually really nice to have some advice here, as we're looking towards setting up our amphibious task forces. Let's see. So this is the one set for Guam, and why is it complaining that it's not in the right mode? Indeed, playing the dark side. Okay. Playing the dark side. I like it. Right, where's Guam? Here we go. That might have been another unit then, perhaps. Yeah, looks like another unit, perhaps. Oh, god damn it. Yeah, so what's actually happened here then is it's loaded them on. That's irritating. It's not a major issue. It's just irritating as I should have loaded the infantry first. Okay, well that's fine. And what we'll do here then is I'm going to tell these guys to dock up and just unload those troops and we'll load them in the correct order. Yeah, that's a little bit annoying. That's fine. It gives us time to get everything set up and ready to go. Okay. So we'll get the one set up for Saipan then. You might give me bad advice. I like it. Okay. Yeah, there's vastly more troops going towards Saipan here, as you'd imagine. There's a lot of extra troops. Marine regiments over here, Marine engineers. It looks as if there's 2 tank battalions actually heading, 3 tank battalions headed to Saipan. Yeah, Saipan's going to be a hell of a risky operation, a hell of a lot of issues there. March straight out to Tokyo. I know, right? Okay. Yeah, I mean that division there, the 27th Infantry Division, that's a pretty hefty beastie. Pretty beefy. Okay, so what we'll do here then is go through, set up our forces then. Okay. I think we'll go for just the total load cost. That might make it easier just to work out. This is all good practice though. All good practice for amphibious operations. So 21, 138, 6123, 6123, 6155. Okay. 7773. 3810. Yeah, lower spins the morale of our division. Can't imagine they're too happy to be out here. Okay. Okay, so that's 76,000 tons there that we need to figure out. That's fine. Okay. Turn off the task forces to show us what's actually in here. So what we're going to do then is just turn off the oilers, auxiliaries, Minecraft for the time being. Yeah, so we do have the Gunston Hall. She's going to be very good. I think she'll be needed in this one. Okay, Gunston Hall. Actually, just quickly double check here, man. Right, Guam, Peleliu-Rota, Saipan, and Tinian. Yeah, you can always fit mod Dhaka. Indeed, Minecraft. Yeah, so we're looking at really 3 major operations. Well, 3 major landings. Obviously, Guam. Saipan's the largest there, so Saipan has priority on really, like, equipment. Guam, then Tinian. We are going to be able to support our landings quite nicely. Especially air cover. Air cover is going to be an essential thing. Right. Okay. President Jackson. You know, I really do like Minecraft. I like the modded versions, obviously. I could spend a long time playing that. It's like, sometimes, it's like, I remember when I was like younger, I'd just spend like fucking, it might have been like a week practically solid just playing it, just because it's like I get really into like the technical mods and I really enjoy that sort of stuff. Actually, I'm gonna go for the speedier. Well, actually, no, 17 knots, it works fine. I think it's about 3 AM your time. My time or your time? Okay. Plenty of APAs. I could do with really seeing how much troop load I'm going to need. Okay. We might have to factor in additional ships as well. To be fair, I don't have to unload my troops there. I could obviously have them loaded. But we'll just see how much we need for this. So I've got in here 1365. I'm going to imagine I'm going to need more than that. Yeah, I know, right? Right. How are we doing in the chat there, by the way? How are you guys doing? Can I see troop load here? No. Okay. Righto. Yeah, once we've figured out how much we need in troop load, then that's alright. We can put in some actual cargo ships. Okay, tanks is 0, obviously on troop load. Ooh. I'm gonna love the fact that we have a lot of tanks. A fair amount of tanks. Oh, these are amphibious tanks as well. Fantastic. They're gonna be very, very handy. Support and motorized support there as well. That's cool. Tank destroyers here as well, then. So we have the M10 Wolverines. Cool. I like these kind of guys. Additional amphibious. Okie dokie. Yep, and then additional marine regiments. There's quite a few marine regiments here. There we go. Yeah, this is already a fairly large force. Much larger than the Guam force. The Guam force ain't no slouch, you know. But this definitely takes a biscuit. So you can imagine just how the Operation Olympic sort of like amphibious landings would have looked when you had like multiple divisions being landed. So we're looking at 29,000. So we'll aim for about 30,000 troop capacity. So this is going to be a fair amount of troop capacity that is going to be required here. There we go. You know, just translate what the actual proverb means? I'd appreciate that. Okay. Sort by type. 200 seconds sort by troop load. ACGs. Let's have a look at this. It's my ocean page. I like it. AGC. Oh, right, that's cool. Yeah, those are pretty handy, man. Yep, AGC. So these are command ships then. That's cool then. So, an auxiliary specially modified to carry Amphibious headquarters. Yeah, that's really, really important then. So obviously the Guam and Saipan force is going to have an AGC. Very, very good. So the appellation here. Okay. I'm going to look towards using the attack transports over here first, because obviously I do want to get the troops on the shore very quickly. Especially as combined fleet isn't going to be too far behind us. Right. So we'll take that up to about 30,400 troop load. That should be about right there. Azure Lane. Can't say I've heard about it. Okay. So... oh, bugger me. Okay, I'm really hoping that they would actually not from the other task force. Cavalier. Right, that takes us to 31,100. That's fine. So we've got our command ship in there, that's what we need. So what we're going to do here then is we'll also put in some minesweepers. So I think we have the one destroy minesweeper, yep, Hopkins. Kingfish is quite slow actually. Then again, a lot of these ships aren't exactly too quick, but I'm going to try and aim for about 15... But then again, we have quite a few ships here. Why bother using 14 knots when I've got like 18 and 16 knots? I mean, of course, the minesweepers are fuel hungry, but I'm going to have some like oilers accompany this force as well. Yeah, it's going to be one of those. We might wait a day or two to really get forces like set up and established, really get everything organized and ready to go. I can imagine there's going to be a fair amount of mines. It'd be worthwhile having them. Okay, LSTs. I'm going to need quite a few of these. Right. In fairness, I'm going to take all but 2 of the landed ship. Yep, I'll leave these for the Tinian operation. Okay. I was going to need an oiler. Oh, these actually already loaded. Oh, fantastic. Well, that makes my life so much easier. That really does. That is really good. Put about 4 oilers in each, and that should be more than enough. At least with the amphibious task forces. Make sure there's plenty of fuel. Then obviously once we're near the target, we'll also have the oilers peel off to an island nearby or to a base nearby. Right. So we'll obviously get these guys loaded up first. Might be worthwhile just to actually put some cargo ships in there, but we should be able to manage this. It's like we are looking to have this as a specialised landing force, and it's a massive undertaking. An amphibious landing is not an easy task. Yeah, these LSTs, they do have slow speed, so I suppose speed's not going to be too much of an issue, actually. Okay. Hello there, Kangaroo. How you doing there, my friend? Welcome to the stream. I believe this would be the first time I've actually seen you here live, so welcome, welcome. I like how you got Kangaroo and your picture's a cow. That's awesome, dude. You be you. You do you. Right. So they're being loaded on Task Force 37. So we're looking for the Saipan forces then. So we're going to sort this by, obviously, the infantry first. Okay, 27th Infantry Division. And then we'll go by the Marines. Marine Engineer Regiment. Looks like we're going to need a little bit more. Okay, so we're off there by a little bit then. So what we're going to do here then is we're also going to need a little bit more on the cargo as well. Indeed, bonus episode. Looks like Admiral Pet Rock was released. I like it. Okay. Right. So what we're going to do here then is I'm going to add another ship. I don't know, it just landed, well, it just attached there. Yeah, looks like... Okay. So there's a 12% factor here. 45% cargo space. Right, well we should be able to manage it with that. So just going to go back here quickly. Yeah, that gives us enough. More than enough. Right, there we go. Need you. That'd have been bad to have missed it. Yeah, okay. Plenty there. Set the load. There we go. So the Saipan landing force is more or less set up. So we've got everybody loaded up over here. So obviously this is what we wanted to do with the Guam one. Unfortunately, bloody buggered that one up. But we've learned a lesson there. We'll just have them unload tomorrow and then we'll have them ready. We're not going to be setting out with this task force as of yet anyway. We're going to get things really set out and ready to go first and foremost. Okay. So, yeah, I think what we'll do then is we'll have maybe a day to 2 days. Which is a bit risky, obviously, because Combined Fleet's going to be on their way. We can deal with Combined Fleet, as the Americans obviously did historically. And what I'd like to do is have a little bit of distance between my vanguard forces, obviously, so, you know, like the carrier forces and obviously the landing forces. Try and just have, like, maybe a day or two where the danger to our landing force isn't going to be there. Try and soften the enemy up first and foremost. Would be nice to try and avoid the submarines as well. That'd be good. Because that's going to be a major issue. Okay, so the Saipan landing force is sorted there. So we need to set up the Tinian landing force. Okay. This one's going to be sort of like a lumpet. As obviously they're not going to have a huge amount. Actually, first and foremost though, let's go here to the Guam force. Transfer in the Rocky Mount before it gets transferred elsewhere. Okay. Admiral Rock, the enemy couldn't make as big of a mess of the operation as you did. I like it. Okay. Amphibious. I mean, obviously we're going to be able to have escort carriers in these landing forces for the most part too, which is going to be real nice. So in ports, APA. I could use APDs for this one though as well, so that's going to help alleviate issues. So let's take a look at what we actually have heading towards Tinian. And these other units over here, obviously we can get them sorted on a transport. Okay, so going to Tinian then. We have combat engineers, amphibious tractors, tanks, amphibious tanks. We've got the RCT. Oh, this is actually a Filipino force, it seems. That's pretty awesome. A regimental combat team. That's really cool, the 111th. Or is it count? That's interesting. It looks as if we have US combat forces over here, but it looks as if it actually has a... I'm sure that's a Filipino flag, isn't it? So is this count as a Filipino unit, or is it like a US force? I don't know. I'm not entirely sure. Perhaps the 111th... I mean, it counts as a US Army unit, so I don't know. Maybe I'm just misreading what this actually represents, which is more than likely. Okay. We're not going to need a huge amount here. Yep, okay. They're going to have a fair amount of armor, though. Let's see, then. See, there's additional artillery over here, which would be very handy. So we can always look at this as like a second wave, then. Get second wave units set up. Are those the maids? Yeah. Oh, dear. Okay. I reckon we might be able to manage about maybe about 3, 4, 5,000 capacity. Oh, it's actually... Oh, never mind. There we go. APDs would be really nice. Yeah, so... At the end of the day, the Saipan and Guam forces getting all the big toys, but at least these guys are going to get some, like, APDs. So that's not too bad, isn't it? They get some nice transport warships to keep them going. And they're not bad, you know, they're really not bad at all. So that takes us up to 2360. Right, I mean, we do have some landing craft available still. Okay. Okay, that seems about it for actual troop capacity there. Ooh, we might have to take one of the ships from elsewhere then. We'll take a look at how we get on here. We'll definitely need more in the way of like cargo capacity. They could probably be stowed aboard one of these perhaps. Right. Just check on the designation of the AK. So, attack cargo ship. A cargo ship specifically modified to land equipment and supplies during amphibious landings. Okay, we can actually do with having these in the other forces as well, actually. So do have not a huge amount, but a fair few. Are we allowed only one? That was weird. Trying to grade out there. That should be enough there. We'll take a look then and see how much they're going to need. Right, so we're looking for forces targeted towards Tinian. We are going to put some, like... God damn it, Paul. I'm feeling it in my heart here. I'm getting the feels. Yeah, don't worry. We're just getting things set up here, like getting the logistical elements in place. So it's getting the transport elements in place, and then when we get all of that in place, I'm going to then be putting like warships in here to escort them. Okay. So let's get these forces loaded up for Tinian. Yeah, we are going to need some more here. I swear to God, that irritates me more than anything, but it does it even when you... Oh, okay, never mind. Right, so we're going to need some additional capacity. I'll tell them to load. And then we can get some other ships sent over here. Well, they're loaded anyhow, so that's fine. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to find some extra troop capacity. AGs over here, obviously these are auxiliary. These would be handy, I suppose. It's just obviously going to be like trying to figure out where they'll be handy. Some tankers over here. Right. Let's take a look then. Can I convert any of these? See, this is the issue. None of them have actual troop capacity. What units is it that we still need to load then? It looks like they're loading them all then. It just looks as if like actual troop capacity is going to be an issue. We'll get them loaded, and then what I could do is probably set up like a fast transport mission afterwards, and then we can get those like taken in as well. Try and get it set up so they hit the same time anyway. Be alright, I suppose. The Guam force was going to have to unload and get loaded up correctly again. We might have some additional space here, to be fair. Yeah, we'll get that sorted. I don't think I have any of transport ships. Submarine tender over there. Actually not. Okay. I'm gonna throw some APAs in. Well, AKs. That might have been why. But, Put 2 in there. Obviously, they're going to load supplies. Actually, yeah, the Guam's going to have 2. Saipan's going to have 2. Supplies, obviously, going to need those on shore. You've got, actually, you've already got troops on board, haven't you? Then again, actually, they don't have any troop capacity. Damn. Alright, fair enough. Okay, let's take a look at an actual escort in force then. So, we have four battleships that are quite slow then. Those would be great for the actual amphibious landings. Obviously, they provide the bombardment. And let's go ahead and take a look at Tinian then. I mean, obviously, Guam and Saipan's going to need a lot of pounding. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of reconnaissance if we can make it. It might be worthwhile to potentially take control of Marcus Island, potentially set up like some sort of engineer unit at Marcus Island, try and get some aircraft flying from there. There is an airfield, a very small one. Well, there's a size 1 airfield there, so it would serve. Okay. Something to bear in mind as we really progress with the campaign. Right. I think the Saipan force is going to... I think the battleships have to go to, like, Saipan and Guam. I mean, obviously we're going to have additional battleships, but obviously I want to kind of keep... I think I'd like to keep the battleships, the more modern battleships, in, like, separate forces to begin with, and then we can obviously have them folded in as bombardment forces. But I'd like them to be, like, an escort force, perhaps. I mean, we're obviously going to have, like, heavy cruisers as well. So what we could do here, then, is I'm going to give the battleships to the Guam and Saipan force. So Idaho, New Mexico. Oh, right, okay. Undock, okay. Yeah, that's fine. You can undock. Obviously, you're going to be unloading this turn. That's fine. Right, Pennsylvania and California. Some familiar names here, right? So that leaves us with the North Carolina, Washington, South Dakota. So that's 7 remaining battleships there. So, I mean, what we can do here then is, like, have them... Basically, they're gonna act as, like, sort of vanguard forces. They're gonna be with the carriers for the most part. Obviously, the Iowa and New Jersey, we'll have to see where they go, because obviously they have 33 knots, which is very, very quick. Very, very, very speedy for a battleship. We have plenty of, like... I mean, we'll have a few heavy cruisers. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 heavy cruisers. A good few... Actually, no, 10 heavy cruisers. This is the Canberra. Interesting that she's not actually... Why is she sorted down there? That was weird. Yeah, so what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 heavy cruisers. So we could go for 442. Which works out, to be honest. So, 442. Okay, what I'm going to do is actually set this up as a secondary force, and just so it's here. So, have it as surface combat for the time being. Okay, so that leaves Boston and Canberra. Yeah, exactly. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to have Minneapolis, San Francisco, Wichita, and Baltimore then with the Saipan force. I mean, preference is going to be shown towards the Saipan force. Obviously, that's going to have the greatest amount. I mean, Guam and Saipan, but obviously going to be tough nuts. But I think... I mean, this is it. It might be that we take Guam first, it might be that we take Saipan first. Either way, we're going to have to make sure that we do have pretty formidable... I don't know, it might be one of these of... I suppose this is it. It's like, Saipan is a larger landing force, so therefore it needs more cover naturally. They're both going to have hard targets, but yeah, at least Saipan has more troops to do so. So that's going to require more escorts. So let's see here, then. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... 11. Okay. 549, something like that. Wait, what? 542, maybe? Right. I should not be doing maths on camera as well. I'm really setting myself up to fail here. Yeah, I think that'll work out. But obviously the Tinian force can have 2 light cruisers there too. And this is it. It's like... I'm gonna... Well... We might have to have some of the light cruisers potentially folded into the main force. We'll have plenty of time... Well, we'll have a few days before we even arrive over that way to figure this one out anyhow. Yeah. Okay, so it might not have a battleship, but it's still got 2 heavy cruisers there. 2 light cruisers, so Boston, Canberra. Yeah. So that's still not too bad. I mean, these guys aren't exactly battleships, but then they're not lacking, you know what I mean? It's like that's 9 8-inch guns, and these are rapid-fire guns. These are triples as well, I do believe. So that is a lot of firepower they're putting out there. Hell of a lot of firepower. Okay. The light AA cruisers are going to go basically with the actual... I don't know, maybe with the carriers. I think it's going to be one of these things of where we need to make sure our carriers are absolutely protected. And we could actually have these forces fold in with potentially the amphibious landed forces. It's going to be all about just, like, knocking the airfields out first and foremost. So what we're going to do here now, then, is set up the actual carrier force. So, air combat. Let's take a look, then. So how many fleet carriers do we have then? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I doing that right? Okay. Make sure I'm not missing anything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. God damn it, it couldn't have just been 8, could it? Okay. Essex short hulls. Essex short. Essex short. Essex short. Yorktown. Essex, okay. It's probably going to come down to, like, aircraft, really. Yeah, I mean, Yorktown's really packing the punch there. Right. Okay. See, this is where I wish I had, like, a calculator. It might be worth it to have, like, the largest carriers in the smaller force, if you get me. Obviously, then they have the actual numbers there. So, there's not much in between it. So, 96, 101, 95. That takes us to 292, then. Yeah, Doomfleet, Doomfleet. In fact, I'll put the bunker hill in here then. So I think we'll have this really assigned as like... I don't know, it depends really. It's like, do we have like the fleet carrier... I mean, this is it. Another thing I need to think about as well is American aircraft carrier coordination. This is something I'd like to know about. I'm going to have to do a bit of research into that one. As a reason why THG, for example, would send in his carriers out in singles. That's something I need to find out about. Righto. Okay. All the carriers in one force are all going to the same place. True, but we do need to think about a coordination. I'm not entirely sure how it works with the Allied aircraft coordination for carriers, so also that's something I'm going to have to do some research into. I'd like to have flexibility as well. I'd like to cover like a larger area perhaps, and obviously cover different targets. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to have 4 fleet carriers here. I can even have like 3 V2. No, I can't. Never mind. Right, we'll go with 1 force there. Blot out some of the US carriers. It's not going to be far off, is it really? It's not going to be far off. Right. So, Enterprise, Hornet, and Wasp. Obviously not as many aircraft there. So, the first task force had 292. Actually, they might have even had more than that. No, was it 292? Might have been more, actually. Did I add on the last one? Must have been more than that. It's another 90. Is it? 362 aircraft. Is one of these overloaded, man? Looks like they are. Okay. Yeah, 392 and then 362, sorry, and then like 247. Okay. We can fill this out with some additional like light cruisers. Well, light carriers, I should say. What does this take us up to? 372. Should have Yorktown in that fleet. Yeah, no, right. I was thinking that as I was saying it, actually. Thinking those names sound real familiar, don't they? Okay. Right. I'm going to leave the other 3 light carriers for the other force. So that takes us up to 405. $461. Right, San Jacinto. Right, 438, 428. So this one actually turns out to be the larger one. In all honesty, it does have more flat tops in total. So probably the more survivable one, really. Not that it particularly matters to have, like, equal aircraft, but I'd like to have, like, fairly equal aircraft. I mean, I could obviously split this into a third one, to be honest, and then, like, have 3. But I'm gonna go with 2. I think about 430 aircraft, roughly, each is going to be quite a powerful force. Gives us a bit of flexibility, then I can have, obviously, like, 1 geared towards Guam, 1 geared towards, like, Saipan, almost exclusively, really. Okay. So we'll go with that. Right then. So what we're going to do now is put in the, like, LA, well, the CLAA. There we go. Oakland and Reno. Okay, so 766, well, 7660. 6840. To be fair, then, you could probably do with the LA, well, CLLA. Yeah, I'll give you all, Oakland. To be honest, it's probably worthwhile considering that there's not as many flat tops here, so obviously it's going to be in more danger, as there's not as much damage that can spread around. So 7490, 7010, that works out. So 3 CLAAs and then 1 of the other one. Okay. Obviously it's going to be bulked out by, like, heavy cruisers. Well, probably by battleships. I mean, we're not going to be having much in the way of, like, cruisers, are we? As they're going to be busy. But I don't know, then again, I'm going to have to fill this out with light destroyers as well, aren't I? I suppose we'll have some light cruisers here. I think I'd rather have, like, the heavy cruisers with potentially the amphibious forces. We might decide against that, but I think that'll work out for now. It makes sure they're like well protected. And in all honesty, I could probably peel off like a couple cruisers from here. Yeah, more than likely. More than likely. But we'll see. Okay. So, let's take a look at battleships then. So we're looking at 32 knots here. What I'll do then is I'll give them... We could actually split this evenly, to be honest. I'm kind of tempted to have, like, Iowa and New Jersey in potentially some sort of other formation. I mean, like, how fast are our carriers, like? What's the actual top speed that we can maintain? Well, achieve, I should say. So 32 knots, then. They still make 4 hexes per turn, so it doesn't particularly matter that much. Just trying to think, yeah, I can imagine. And this is it. This is why we're also going to put some, like, big capital ships in here. I'm probably going to have to, like, get some, like, probably, like, an additional... Like, maybe, like, 2 heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers in each of these forces, and then we'll obviously have the battleships, we'll obviously have destroyers then to screeners. Yeah, it's obviously going to be, like, really up to the destroyers to screeners. Okay. I was really considering then, like, do we have, like, a separate battleship force, like, aka, like, battle cruisers, but, I think it's one of those where they wouldn't really have anything to hunt down, would they, with that sort of speed? And they'll run at just the same sort of speed anyhow. The option is there, perhaps, though, that should we wish to, we could have something separated and head out at, well, higher speeds if necessary. But no, I think that'd be alright. I think it'd be alright. So, North Carolina. Saratoga's back in the States. Is it now? Oh, I can't see. Yeah, I mean, we have, like, what, 132 destroyers, 23 destroyer escorts. That's a shite load. Okay. I like Asian detection here. I suppose that's going to be like the Japanese radio intercepts. So, North Carolina. So it's really the North Carolina class. To be honest, obviously there's like an AA difference here, isn't there? Like, the North Carolinas have some really good AA. South Carolina looks like she's got the best. So South Dakota, and she's got pretty damn good there. Yeah, I know, right? Oh dear. Okay, so she can have Iowa. So we got North Carolina, Washington, South Dakota, and Iowa. So, Indiana, Alabama, New Jersey. God damn, if we only had another battleship to make this even. Okay. Yeah, look at that gun value. That gun value is insane. I mean, I'm going to put more into this task force here. I'm going to have this one, like, really deployed more so towards the front. Perhaps. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have the carrier escorts as well, so, well, the escort carriers as well. So we're going to have, like, a fair amount of, like, air power too. I think that'll work, and obviously we can fold in some, like, heavy cruisers and light cruisers. Okay, let's take a look then. Did we say that we had, was it 10 heavy cruisers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Okay, I'm going to take two heavy cruisers, 2 light cruisers. Should roughly be alright. I know there's some more of a Tinian one, but that should be enough. Those are light DDs. So large DDs. Okay. In all honesty, then we just fill this out with destroyers, to be honest. Yeah, these guys. Bristol class. Yeah, wow. Look at that AA. Jeez. Fletchers, yep, here we go. Okay, 25. There we go. It's really AA and ASW I'm looking for, really. Rather than go 25. How does the aircraft pool look like? Yeah, that's a fair amount. So that Newhauser? I don't know. I don't know if like Major Problem has like a channel or anything. So I'm not entirely sure. Like he might do some kind of like AAR perhaps. I don't know. Might be kind of cool. I think the Brooklyn class light cruisers can actually take an IJ. To be honest, I'm not surprised. I mean, the American light cruisers and heavy cruisers were absolutely incredible. Yeah, those replacement rates. Yeah, no kidding. Oh dear. Right, but God, what was it now? I'm sure there was something like I can't remember what year it was. I can't remember exactly what the number was, but I think it was something like it might have been 44, 45, where the US production was like churning out an aircraft somewhere in the United States every 180 seconds, something like that. It was something incredible. Right. So, we've got the main forces over here. We did bugger up the Guam force, so we're going to have to wait for that to obviously unload and then ready up again. Too bad the destroyer escorts are so slow. And this is it. I mean, what we're going to do here then is really have them as follow-up forces. I'm actually going to be touching on that one now, actually. So, ASW combat. Yeah, I mean, that is very impressive. Monstrously effective. So I'm going to have them really travel alongside the actual, I'd say alongside the actual landing forces, to be honest. Like, they're going to do is a really good job here. Okay. Yep, so we'll get some ASW task forces set up, and then we'll be good to go. So we're going to be looking at a good couple at, like, 4 each. But obviously this is going to be really nice escort. Obviously it's going to need a lot in the way of oilers. So, ASW1. Get them all set up. I'll get them ready, and then we'll get them set up more than likely in possibly the next stream. Okay. Yeah, the US launches a ship every 24 hours. Absolutely incredible, isn't it? I mean, how many other nations is there out there? So this is what I always find incredible about the US. Is the fact that... right, you name me a nation that had such an incredible amount of resources that they were able to actually facilitate the arguments between the Navy and the Army as to where the objectives should be, where the pushes should be, where the thrust should be, I suppose you could say. But the sheer amount of resources they were able to give the Army what they wanted and the Navy what they wanted to do their own goddamn thing. That's incredible. Other nations would have been like, okay, look, we can only do one of them, so choose one of them. I know I've explained that really badly, but you guys know what I mean. Yeah, we're going to have a really nice escort here. It's going to be important as well. He's going to be using his submarines pretty actively. At the end of the day, they will serve no purpose when they're in Japan. So we're going to have loads of destroyers as well. But the destroyers, they're going to be folded into... Well, to be honest, I can have these guys folded into the actual amphibious task forces themselves, to be honest. How many do we have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, we can have just normal destroyers folded into the actual amphibious task forces. They'll do fine. And allies, yeah. Yeah, well, this is it. And Lend-Lease, yeah. Okay. I was just going to lead 3 there, but that's fine. Yeah, I mean, this is it. The Japanese did very well. I suppose it's one of these things of, it's easier to build a new fleet from scratch for the most part than it is to have, like, an existing fleet and upgrade it. I suppose it's one of these of, when you're building from scratch, it's going to be planned out. I don't know. Yeah, that population was really impressive. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 6? 2? Yeah, actually 6, okay. Apparently I'm blind sometimes. Yeah, but this is going to be quite good. It's almost going to be like playing Command... Command Modern Air and Sea Naval Operations or something like that. We're going to have like ridiculously large amounts of resources here. Specialized resources at that. And there we go. Sorted. Yep, so once these are unloaded. So we've got Pennsylvania, California. Sort this out properly. So Idaho, New Mexico. Have I taken them all out of one force? I look like I have. Yeah, looks like I've taken... we can solve that out when it comes to it, to be fair. Are they just in their own goddamn separate task force? I like it. So that's task force 4-0. I'm just... okay. I don't know what I was doing there. Okay, we'll figure that one out later. Have I got the actual... yeah, they're in there. What the hell was I doing, man? Fuck knows. Okay, don't know if you have any YMs. Oh, like yards, okay. Ah. We might do, to be fair. I'm not seeing them over here, actually. Right, 25. 25, okay. Vanguard 2. Vanguard 1. Okay. Now the good news is I can obviously have Vanguard 1 and 2 set out pretty much immediately. I'm going to have to obviously set up like an oiler force though, like a replenishment force. Good speed there. I'm gonna give them the longer range destroyers. Reason for that is obviously I don't want them using all that fuel to keep the destroyers running, if you know what I mean. Yep, so that's 14 ships then, so 5 oilers, obviously the rest being destroyers. That's a well-protected force, that's a very well-protected force. That one's going to initially set out, regardless of whatever else is happening, they're going to be set off. The thing is, we are going to have fuel over here. Right, make for Inuatok. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm gonna give I'm gonna give it an escort carrier as well. It's a very important asset. They're principally going to be, yeah, just there to protect against any sort of eventuality. That, and I'd like to have some sort of ASW missions going on here. Like, how are these parts at ASW? Not particularly amazing, but it would be nice to have them available. What's that aircraft load? Yeah, so obviously we'd be having them using the 500-pound bombs. They do have radar, so that's going to be handy. Brownings, yeah. Okay. Let's also sort out all the aircraft soon. Okay, so... So they're going to be heading out for Inuatok. See, I don't know if there's anything over here at Wake. We're going to have to run some reconnaissance over Wake to figure that one out. We're going to have everything dispatched towards Inuatok to begin with. As we'll figure out things as we go on, as we figured out really what he has in the area. He might look towards establishing some sort of reconnaissance in Inuatok. So we'll have to be prepared for that. He might even look towards establishing some sort of bombing mission, you know what I mean? So we need to be prepared. Right, you've got 4 oilers in there. Also, I'm going to have these oilers taken out of the force. It's just obviously so the landed forces can keep everything fueled up and ready to go. And then obviously once we near the AO, we'll have the oilers probably chill out in the marshals more than likely. But we are going to have to be really on the ball when it comes to like anti-submarine warfare. I mean, we played the scenario against the AI. Granted it was against the AI, but man, submarines can do damage. They can be deadly. Well, to be honest, actually, that leaves me in quite a good situation here. I can have like 3 CVEs per force, actually. There we go, that works out bloody well then, doesn't it? Awesome. Yeah, awesome. So... yeah, you're going to be bringing to bear. Yeah, that is awesome. Really, really good. Invade Australia. I mean, we could bloody well invade the United Kingdom at this point. Bugger the Germans. Okay, so, I mean, we've got so much in the way of assets here, it's really trying to make the best use of them. Right, so we've got all the carrier escorts sorted, we've got all the actual CV sorted, CVLs as well. What we're going to have to do then is go for like a really varied altitude, so probably like just maybe even aircraft at all sort of altitude bands really, just try and cover all eventualities, to be honest. But then again, it's hard to say. I think it's going to come down to just reconnaissance, reconnaissance, reconnaissance. If I could get some long-range bombers into operation, that'd be great as well. Obviously have them covered via the carrier escorts. Yeah, I do have some Liberators over here. I could use them to suppress potentially truck or wake, but we're going to have to just run reconnaissance first and foremost. I need that reconnaissance so I know what the hell's going on. Right, so I could potentially split this unit up into 3. Now, they do have cameras. It's also going to be one of these of where is the good point for altitude. I do go with, I'm not entirely sure what sort of altitude we want them at. Like, normally I'd be looking towards, like, 10,000, but this is a large bomber. It's very tough, though. It is armoured as well. Good gun value. Yeah, very tough old bird. But she's slow. I don't want her being shot down by AA. We might go for about 20,000... No, 20,000 is too much. Maybe 15,000 feet. Anybody familiar in the chat there with what sort of altitude the US actually had them deployed at historically? See, I'd love to know if there was like an altitude it tells you, like, oh, this is how effective the cameras at these altitudes. Let's see. I don't know. It's hard to say. I'll try 15,000 feet to go with initially. Maybe, yeah. Like 50 feet. Can we have sea level? Okay, we'll go about 20,000 feet initially. See how that turns out. I don't want to lose them. But just look at that range. That range is incredible. Normal radius is about 26 hexes though, so we're not going to push them beyond that. And look at that, truck's only 15 hexes away. Saipan's 26, yeah, so we have range on all the Marianas. At normal. Only one of the islands out a little bit further. Okay, so run reconnaissance over the truck. Wake. There's no real other Japanese bases in the area bar in here. We'll run reconnaissance over Marcus Island, actually. Right. Truck. Wake. Marcus. Okay, so we do have fighters over here. Right. Yeah, we'll have to figure out what we want to do with them. There's a few of them over here, but they're not going to make a huge difference. Might be worth using them in like conjunction with like carrier planes to like knock out airfields. But I think we'll figure that one out in the next episode. So this has been, yeah, the Marianas, play by email. I'll have to think of some kind of snazzy title in the future, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Of course, this is going to be a secondary series, and that's no slight on major. It's just obviously that the main series always has to be the one between myself and THG. But at least this gives us something to do then during the actual turns, which is quite cool. Love me some Warner Pacific, so this is always fun. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this, and I apologise for a lot of waffling, but then again, this is Warner Pacific. You guys know what the deal is. You know what to expect from me, so you know what you're in for. Until next time, thank you so very much. I hope to see you again in the future shortly. Goodbye for now, guys. Have a great evening, or even day. Whatever you're doing, just, yeah, have a great time. Thank you for watching, and for those of you who wish to support me, you can do so through Patreon, PayPal, Super Chats, and of course there is now a new option in Discord where I'll post a link down there. But if you go down to the Discords, I do have a section on the prints available. Of course, these are only for those of you who wish to support the channel, and at the end of the day, it's something so I can give you something back, really. That's how I'd like to see it. Until next time, thank you and goodbye.